Okay, we've been given this solid shape, which is a cone on top of a cylinder, and we have to show that the total surface area is that. Now it's solid, which means the total surface area will be the surface area of the curved bit of the cone plus the outside of the cylinder plus the base. So let's break it up into those three parts. The surface area of the curved part of a cylinder, this is in your formula sheet, but that is pi RL. Did you know that? Where L is the slanty bit there, not the height. The height is 10. We have to work out L. Okay, now the surface area of the cylinder. Well, if you've got a cylinder like this, then there's your surface area, all this bit. If you snip it up down one side, or down the side like that, and open it up, you can see that you're left with a rectangle, the area of which is the height times that. But what's that? Well, that was that. See, when you open it out, and that is the circumference of the cylinder. So, surface area of the cylinder is the circumference times the height. And the circumference, as you know, is 2 pi r. So that's 2 pi r times the height. That's the height, which in this case is 10. Okay, and now the base, well, that's easy. It's a circle, so area is pi r squared. All right, so our total surface area is that plus that plus that. So it's pi RL plus 2 pi RH plus pi r squared. Okay, well, we know R, that's 10. R and H, they're both 10. It's just L we need to work out. So what have we got? Well, that distance there is also 10. So we have a right angle triangle here. One side is 10, the other side is 10. So we could use Pythag to get L, which is the hypotenuse. So, using Pythag, L squared is that squared plus that squared, which is 10 squared plus 10 squared. So L squared is 100 plus 100 is 200. So L is root 200. We're not going to put anything into the calculator, we'll just leave it like that because we're aiming for something involving a surd here. Okay, so this equals pi times the radius, 10, times L, root 200, plus 2 pi times the radius, again it's 10, times the height, it's 10, plus pi r squared. Radius is 10. 10 squared. Okay. This equals. I'm going to assimilate the 10 into the square root. So when you take a number inside the square root, you need to square it. Because the square root of 100 is 10. So that becomes pi times square root of 10 inside the square root becomes 100, so it's 100 times 200. Okay? plus 10 times 10 is 100 times 2 is 200, 200 pi plus 10 squared is 100 plus 100 pi. All right, this equals pi times square root of 2 with 4 zeros plus 200 plus 100 pi is 300 pi. Okay? Now, how are we going to deal with this? Well, there's 4 zeros. So if we could turn that into a 1 with 4 zeros, 10,000, then we can take the square root, it's 100. So let's do that. So it becomes pi times the square root of 2 times 10,000 plus 300 pi. Okay, so that's pi times square root of 10,000 is 100, then there's times root 2. Okay, plus 300 pi. So, well, we've got it. We can go straight to the answer from there. You just take a factor of pi out from both terms, and you're left with 300 pi, that's that term, plus 100 root 2. Yeah, there we go. No problems there, right?